Hello everyone, my name is Devin, also known as DH Artist, and welcome to part 2 of my new series, This Old Toy Box. As you may recall from my last episode, I'm remodeling an older toy box from January 2016, and modernizing it using the tips and skills I've learned from the Disney Infinity community here on YouTube. Now before we get started, don't forget to check out my other Disney Infinity videos, as well as my Deep Dive series where I cover a variety of comic books cover to cover. If you enjoy these types of videos and want to see more content like it, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. Now obviously, if you'd like to see the original toy box, be sure to check out part 1 of this series. I'll link to it in the video description below. I won't make you sit through that tour again, but just as a refresher, here was the game plan. I wanted to keep the Main Street style entrance. I liked the idea of having a space for the player to enter. I planned on keeping the Splash Mountain ride right where it was at. I wanted to keep the interactive doors and theme them around my newer toy boxes, making this toy box sort of like a hub that I could use to jump from world to world. I wanted to keep the Nicelanders building from Wreck-It Ralph, and finally, I wanted to build something in that open expanse to the back of the toy box. And this was the blueprint for my new toy box. So without any further ado, let's see how it all turned out. Alright, so I will be playing with Wreck-It Ralph today, and I'm starting out here in the Esplanade just in front of the entrance to the new toy box. So we've got the partner statue right up here at the front, and the Star Destroyers flying around up there. Coming here onto the Main Street section. I wonder what these three guys are so happy about. So of course we got Main Street now. Trash cans and the planters. Following this road here, it takes us all the way down in front of Splash Mountain. And I went ahead and went with the Sleeping Beauty Sky Dome, the Briar Ridge Sky Dome. I just really like it. I think it's great. I went ahead and included a button now, so you don't have to wait for the Splash Mountain ride car to come along. But we'll go ahead and ride that later. So right here in the center of my hub, I've got an obelisk, and so this door would take you into my Moon Knight toy box, where you could run around and have the adventure as Mark Spector, shooting the different bad guys and exploring the sands of Egypt. And moving over here, if we head on top of Flynn's Arcade, I made an improvement. So before, the recognizer was just parked up here, but now when you press the button, it appears. And then when you press that button, it disappears.
So long, boys! I'll send you a postcard from Paradise Falls!
There goes Mr. Fredrickson flying his house around the racetrack. And then over here is my little house I've set up. And so this doorway would take you into my interior. And while I'm not going to show that off today, just know that that's how you get into it. And heading out here into the backyard, we've got Bing Bong's wagon. We've got the hot tub, so we can just go ahead and chill in here sometimes. Got the barbecue and little patio. Let's go ahead and drive around the racetrack. So leaving the hub, we head out here into the main forest. We got the castle, Sleeping Beauty's castle. There's Grandmother Willow. Come back through the racing gate. Let's go ahead and head up on the hill and check out the Haunted Mansion. So back here behind the Haunted Mansion is another door. It'll serve as an entrance to my What If toy box or any future Halloween-inspired toy boxes that I make. As you recall, my What If toy box was when Ultron decided to attack Disney Plus so that he could take over the world. Now let's go ahead and check out Sleeping Beauty's castle. And the Sky Dome really adds to the lighting of the castle itself. I like how high Ralph can jump. And up here in the tower of the castle is my Toybox Tour that would take you to my Disneyland toy box, where you'd have all the different adventures of running through Main Street and Fantasyland and Tomorrowland. So any additional add-ons I make to my Disneyland toy box, they would all be found inside this doorway here. And heading down now, we'll just check out the basement of the castle. We've got the stables. The player can press the button here. We've got Silver. You can take him out and ride him around the toy box. And much like the other toys, if you press this button, he gets removed to save space. Head up here on top of the Nicelander apartment building. This will generate the next wing and we can fly around the toy box. And I did set up a section for the Star Destroyers to send out TIE Fighters if I wanted to have a little shootout or a little aerial battle above my toy box. When you press the other button over here, it removes the X-Wing. And over there above Rapunzel's tower is the action box that when the player flies through it, it will deploy TIE Fighters from the Star Destroyers.
Whoa!
Heading back now into the main hub area. Let's go ahead and grab a churro. As promised, I went ahead and added the bloating effect, so now the player can get his fill of churros. And that wraps up our tour. As the player runs back down Main Street, the Sky Dome changes back to the usual sky. But let's go ahead and ride on Splash Mountain and I'll show you the slight improvements that I made. And so as you can see, the Briar Ridge Sky Dome really adds just to the ambiance and to the theme of the Splash Mountain ride. I just really like how that looks. I did make a change to some of the blocks. You'll see they now have the metal texture. That makes them look like those tire belt tracks that lift log flume boats. I don't know why I didn't think of them before, but I think they really plus this ride now. Oh, and thank you for all the kind messages and great feedback about this ride in my last video. I'm happy to announce that I'll be releasing my first tutorial video soon, where I walk you through the process of building this ride. And that is the Splash Mountain ride. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I'm really happy with the finished toy box, and I'll be sure to share any updates I make in the future. Also, if you listened closely in this video, I've got extra music and sound effects going that aren't in the original game. I put them in as I'm editing the video, and I think it really brings the world to life. Don't forget to check out my other Disney Infinity videos, and be sure to stop by next week for another new release. If you haven't already, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. Thanks again for watching.